Hello, and welcome to English 121 Fall Semester 2014, Section 516. My name's Amy Holly, and I'm going to be your professor this semester. If you are watching this video right now, it's because you were able to log in to D2L and click on Our Classes page on your main home screen. What you're looking at right now is our class's primary D2L shell. This is what you'll see when you click on the link for our course from your main home D2L screen. You always see this news section highlighted in the middle. If you're watching this video, it's because you were able to follow the link in the first news item. Good job! You've already completed the first step toward being successful in this course. This is the main page where I'll post weekly directives for what you need to do for homework and major writing assignments throughout the semester. From here, you want to go to the content link first. This is where you will find all of the relevant and important materials for our course. You want to start by clicking on the course overview module. It says Start Here, so it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. Here, you can watch a video that introduces you to me, your professor. You can access the syllabus and course schedule, which you should download, print out, and keep for your records, and some important other materials that I'll go over in just a minute. Let's take a look at the syllabus. First, open it up and the file should automatically download. You'll see a lot of important information at the top about myself and the course, as well as our college-wide requirements for the course and some information about online learning faculty at our college. You'll also see the course description, which outlines everything that we will cover in this course, as well as the main objectives for your learning this semester. This is a guaranteed transfer course, which means that the 121 course that you will be taking this semester at FRCC is exactly the same as any other English 121 level course you would take at any other college in the state of Colorado. Scrolling down, you can see the required materials, the name of our textbook, the D2L requirements, and there's also a requirement that we will be using Microsoft Office files to upload and download over the course of the semester. This is because I need you to be able to save things in doc or docx form so that I can access them for grading. This just goes over a little bit more information about D2L, how to submit your assignments, and my late policy, which is that I do not accept late work. There are Dropbox deadlines on everything on D2L, so if you are late, you will not be able to upload your materials to the Dropbox or the discussion forum for points. A little bit further down here, you can see what your grade will consist of this semester. We have 65% of the course comprising major writing assignments, or essays, and then we have some weekly homework assignments and some other intermittent homework throughout the semester. I mentioned that I do not accept late work except in extreme circumstances that need to be discussed ahead of time. Grades are final. You'll need to do all of your revising before the due date, and I would welcome the opportunity to discuss those grades with any of you, but we must do so in a conference either over the phone or via some kind of web software. There are also some important dates here, and also the college's policy on attendance. Because this is an online class, you'll need to conduct and participate in one academically related activity before 4 p.m. on October 3rd. You can complete the syllabus quiz and I will automatically exempt you from the no-show penalty. Here we have some other college and campus-wide policies, and then two very important components of the course, discussions and workshops. Every week you'll have an online discussion that you must participate in, worth 25 points. On weeks when we conduct a peer review workshop with each other's draft writing, that will take the place of the discussion assignment for that week. So make sure you review our policies on the workshop discussions. There are also some other major college and campus-wide policies here relating to online behavior, academic integrity and plagiarism, grading, as well as some other student services information. Make sure that you review the entire syllabus and, as I said, print it and keep a copy for your records. Okay, going back to the course overview, the other important document that you will be accessing here from the course content overview is your course schedule. This is another very important tool for you to be successful in this course. Here you'll see each week laid out step by step with the dates covered, the material we'll be discussing that week, the themes or topic for discussion, important due dates, readings, and articles that you'll need to access via D2L, and then readings from your textbook. Make sure that you have completed everything in each row by Sunday night of that particular week at midnight. You'll see here that you do have a discussion, as I mentioned, every single week. In cases when we have a rough draft workshop, that will take the place of the discussion requirement for that week. When you complete a discussion, you will be given an assignment and you need to upload your original work by midnight on Wednesday of that week. Then you'll need to read and comment on 2 of your peers' work by Friday of that week, and finally read the comments you received and write a final reflection that responds to the comments you received and your experience completing the discussion overall, due midnight on Sunday of each week. Some weeks you'll have extra assignments, such as week 2 there is a quiz over the syllabus and course policies that I'm discussing right now. And then you also have weekly reading matrices, which are graphic organizers that you'll need to fill out as you take notes on the reading from the textbook assignments that you'll be doing. We'll go over that again in just a minute. So make sure that you're keeping track of the dates here, the due dates here, and the readings on the right-hand side with the schedule. Now, going back to our course overview, you'll also find some materials that will give you just a few more strategies to be successful in our course. We have some policies from online learning, strategies for success in online classes, and a basic D2L tutorial. Some background information on your textbook, tips for communicating in online classes, and then finally, very important, are the rubrics for those weekly reading matrix and discussion assignments that I mentioned before. So let's take a look at those. The reading matrix is a graphic organizer that you will take notes on as you read the text each week. They're worth 5 points each and there are 5 sections. 3 note-taking columns in the middle of each organizer, an is about section at the beginning, and a so what section at the end. So this rubric breaks down what you need to do for each section in order to get the various points amounts. Now let's take a look at the discussion rubric. For our weekly discussions, we'll see that these are actually worth 25 points. You need to have your original post, you need to respond to 2 of your peers, and then you need to have a final end comment or reflection in order to be successful on these assignments. So here again is the breakdown of when each component of the assignment is due and how the points will be evaluated. You will receive specific instructions on a weekly basis as we conduct these activities. Going back to the content link, let's take a look at the overall table of contents for the course as a whole. You can see that below the course overview, there are individual weekly modules throughout the semester. Each module will have the materials and activities that you will need in order to complete that week's assignments. There will always be lecture materials and homework activities. In the case that we are introducing a new major writing assignment, you will also have some materials for that, or if the assignment is due, you'll have an access to a Dropbox here where you can turn the assignment in. So let's take a look at week 1. We have our first essay. Click on the essay itself and you'll be taken to the assignment sheet that breaks down the objectives and what you'll be doing, as well as some strategies for the assignment, and finally the rubric itself, so you can also see what I'll be grading you on and get a sense of what I'm looking for. So going back to week 1, you can also see there are some lecture materials that correspond to the textbook reading. Click on these and it will take you to a YouTube video that contains the lecture. Also under week 1, you'll see your homework activities, which in this case are an article to read by Stephen Johnson that will introduce you to one of the major themes of our course, which is online literacy. your weekly discussion, which gets at your preferred types of intelligence and learning needs, and then the 2 chapters that you'll need to conduct reading matrices for this week. If you click on each of these, it will take you either to the article itself, to the discussion that you'll need to participate in. You can do so by clicking on Start a New Thread, or to the drop boxes that you will use to turn in your reading matrices. Once you're in the Dropbox, you'll see the file that you'll need to click on. You'll open it up, fill it out according to the information in the text, save it, and then re-upload the completed matrix using this upload key here to turn it in. Let's go back to content and look at week 2 now. Some weeks you'll have extra homework activities, such as in week 2 you'll have the quiz over the syllabus to complete in order to avoid the no-show penalty. You can also access that quiz by clicking on Quizzes here at the top, just as you can access the Dropbox and weekly discussions by clicking on those tabs at the top of your main toolbar. But again, everything can be found under Content, and that's your one-stop shop for where to go to know what you'll be doing on a weekly basis. Let's go back to the main page for our course. The last thing that you will use your D2L shell for is your gradebook. You can access your grades by clicking on the Gradebook tab here at the top right of your screen and scrolling down to the Grades link. Here, you'll see a breakdown of everything you'll receive points for over the course of the semester, including the 3 major essays that you're going to write, your weekly discussions, including the peer review workshops, and the reading matrices that you'll need to complete. You also see a few other intermittent homework assignments throughout the semester, as well as your total score out of the overall points and a percentage of that score. Finally, you might want to use the gradebook to contact other members of the class. You can do that by clicking on the class list link under the Gradebook tab. Here you will see your peers. You can view their profile, and you can send them an email by clicking on their name. Alright, just as a quick overview once again, here we can have the news where you will see the weekly objectives posted at the beginning of each week. Here's the Content tab, including the course overview to become familiar with. It will give you an overview of the site, as well as your weekly materials and course activities. On a weekly basis, you'll need to check on each module to see which major essay you are working on at the time, the lecture materials that you'll need to view for that week, the homework activities including the weekly discussion, any outside reading, reading matrix drop boxes, and any other intermittent homework assignments that you may be assigned. Finally, use the Gradebook tab to see how well you're doing in the course and to contact your peers. If you have any questions about this course or about online learning in general, please feel free to contact me through my D2L email by clicking on my name in the class list, or at my Front Range email, amy.holly@frontrange.edu. Please respect college policy and use your student.cccs email to send emails to my Front Range address about school-related activities, but you can always email me internally through D2L. Thank you for enrolling in English 121, Section 516. I look forward to working with all of you.